You don't have to be hard of hearing to appreciate good subtitles. I quite often need subtitles and the audio commentary as well, especially if it's something like watching Amy Goodman on Democracy Now, where she speaks so fast with nary a gap between one news story and the next. Um, and yeah, that having those subtitles there really helps. Now, the thing is that voice recording, despite it having been around since the late 1980s, um, it's never been very good at then translating it into uh, the actual words that people are saying. And uh, especially with YouTube, there are squillions of videos on YouTube, and these auto subtitle things are an absolute joke. Now, the gentleman that you can see in front of you on the screen here is trying to sort of run a 1 or 2 man campaign to try and make sure. I think it's something. It's called something like "End the Craptions" or something like that. Um, because yeah, they are crap. They're absolute rubbish, and um, in order to you know combat it, he's trying to get all his videos subtitled. I'm doing one for him now. Okay, this is the first time I've ever done it. Okay, but I do think that maybe some more people ought to do it. Now, I appreciate that if I try and subtitle my videos, then I'll be here forever and a day, and you might get one done because some of them are about an hour long or something like that. And I know that it's really difficult to do, and really this is perhaps yes, we're taking matters into our own hands, which is actually quite hard to do on YouTube. I'll make another video about their advertising system one day. And so much is out of your hands, but we can do this one. And perhaps if we get on with it and do it, then YouTube will do something about their subtitling and try and get it better. Okay, I appreciate that everyone's got different accents, they speak different ways, sometimes they make silly noises, sometimes they put on stupid accents and stuff like that. And Kenneth does in this video. And I'm trying my best to translate them for him and to try and also make it entertaining for someone to read that perhaps does have communication difficulties or hearing difficulties, or just wants the added security of having those words on the screen just to help them follow the video like I need sometimes. So yeah, I was sort of going to show you how it's done. Okay, now whether or not I found the most efficient way of doing this, I know not. However, this is what I did. Okay, this is text edit. This is the entire script of his video, which I did while he was talking. I was typing while I was following him. Didn't take me that long. Sometimes, there are certain bits I had to replay the video several times to make sure I've got it right. But the actual fiddly bit is trying to line it all up with the captions going on here. So when you see the BBC and they've got EastEnders captioned or something like that, then perhaps you'll appreciate exactly what those people do that make these captions. It would be nice to see, if obviously it's really difficult, as I say, to capture like a whole hour or something like that. But if you're a YouTube creator and you make a 10-minute video, make sure that you've got decent subtitles on. Just, and as I say, we can, take this thing into our own hands and, and shame YouTube really into doing it correctly. Because, yeah, it does need to be more automated than it actually is. Okay. You see, it would be lovely to be able to just copy and paste this lot into this box up here where my arrow's pointing and have YouTube sort it out, for example. Okay, and then you've got it in these boxes along the timeline here, and then if you need to make a few adjustments, you make a few adjustments. Okay, I tried to get the Siri dictation facility here, which Apple's had since about Mountain Lion or something like that, to work while he was talking. That doesn't work. So yeah, you're pretty much left to type it yourself, and then you've got to somehow or other get it in line with the timeline. Okay, I'm doing this for Kenneth as a favour and because I believe in what he's doing, and it's something I think I mentioned it ages ago in the midst of another video, but here I am making a video to spread his message here. Okay, all right, so his video is about learning lines, okay, which is quite apt for me, being as how I should be learning my lines for my panto that I'm in. I'm too busy making the music for it. Okay, but anyway, okay, so what I've done, you have to kind of split this up. Okay, so the next thing he's going to say is, I don't know this one. Okay, so I'm just going to cut it, Command and cut, Command X, whatever, or Control X if you're on a PC. Okay, pop it in this box. It's the easiest thing to do. Okay, now where that red line is, there, that's where it's going to appear. Okay, have I done it twice? Yep, I've done it twice. Let's get rid of that. You can see it coming up on the screen. However, you do have to press enter before it actually confirms it, or click that plus box there. And you can see now that the line is so squashed up that you can't read it, which means that the person on the screen is going to have about an nth of a second to be able to read that. So you need to drag it out like this till you can read it. Okay, and that will probably be how long Kenneth actually says his line for, but we can see, we can check. Okay, all right, so
and then show how completely shit I am when she says a line that's cueing my line and I say, I don't know this one.
Okay, so I need to drag this along a little bit because he pauses there, and you kind of want to, if he pauses, you want the subtitles to pause really, because then that way someone who is hard of hearing is also getting the gist of how this person speaks. Okay,
that's cueing my line and I say, I don't know this one.
Okay, and maybe I'll drag that out just for a wee bit longer. Okay, and you can see that however long these blue boxes are, or these blue lines are on the box, is how long that's going to be up on the screen. And there's this is a readout in seconds here. Okay, so it's fairly straightforward. It's just fiddly. Okay, it takes a little while. It took me a little while to work out exactly how this works. Okay, but I'm very grateful that I do know how it works. It's another thing that I've learnt. Okay, and it's another thing that perhaps people can sit on a rainy afternoon when you can't go out to play, and just sit and subtitle a video. And anyone can subtitle anyone's video. You have to submit for review. You can see how this sort of thing could be abused. You only got to sort of remember things like The Revolution will be televised, where they do the honest subtitles sort of thing, or The Apprentice where they do the honest subtitles sometimes. So yeah, you can see how it can be abused, but thankfully this submit for review button here means that it will go to the original content creator, I presume, who will then check that what they're saying is actually what's being on the video. Okay, and that you're not writing down something silly. Okay, all right. So I'm going to end that there, and I'm going to carry on with this one. Perhaps I'll just do one more here. See, I'm just going to go up to his comma here. Okay, it does help if you do know if your spelling's good and if your punctuation is good. Okay, which is why this would be a lovely exercise, provided that you use a decently suitable video for kids to do. Okay, and while I'm talking about captioning and stuff like that, and I mentioned adverts a bit earlier as well, and I know I'm just sort of going all over the place. You can see what the time is on my screen, and I've got to be up in 4 hours, so I'm gonna stop doing this soon. But oh, stop it, stop ranting. I'm ranting on. You'll notice that perhaps if you take one of my videos, the adverts that come on before, I bet you'll find if you turn the subtitles on, will be absolutely fine. Okay, but what I say in my videos will come out as a pile of rubbish. Okay, even more rubbish than it is sometimes. All right, so yeah, that's how to do it. All right. And as Kenneth said, I hope you find this video useful, and if you didn't, well, this is awkward. Just because he's a nice lad.